Hey y'all, today's episode is a little treat. Bernard and Trish have been busy over the last few weeks, so we'll be back on our normal episodes starting on Monday. So to hold you over, here's a little taste of our bonus feed series, Tales of Podcastia, where we go through the Tales of series in release order, sorta. This episode is the start of our season on Tales of Symphonia, and these episodes will release every 2 weeks over on the bonus feed. So if you want to hear Bernard and Trish's reaction to Tales of Symphonia, you can check out the bonus feed by donating $1 more per month at www.rpgbook.club. But for now, Sakuraba, play us in. Welcome to Tales of Podcastia, the podcast where we play through the Tales games in sort of release order. I'm Sam.
I'm Bernard.
And for the first time ever on this sub-podcast, I'm Trish!
Hey, it's Trish! Woo, 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 woo. Hi, Trish.
Hi.
Hi. Today we will be starting our playthrough of Tales of Symphonia, covering up until we meet Colette's totally real actual dad. But before we get started, we're going to play a game today. Trish, you're new around here, so you might not know that the Tales series is famous for choosing a characteristic genre name for each game that is, quote, representative of the game that it's about. So Tales of Symphonia is the resonating with you RPG. Tells you everything you need to know about what kind of game you're going to do. So I think that that's neat. So on this sub-podcast, we make up our own characteristic genre names. So since you're here, that means we have an extra person. So we're going to turn this into a real ass competition. And we got stupid really into it. Like I made a Google form. It's like legit-ish. So tonight Bernard is going to be choosing a video game, and me and Trish are going to be anonymously submitting our choice for what we would give, what characteristic genre name we would give to that game. So Bernard, what game are we dubbing this week?
So when I was getting really into game designing this, my thought was that we would each do one each week. That way it's fair, and we each get the same number of tries, even if the number of episodes doesn't end up as a multiple of 3. And also because just doing one would take like 30 seconds maybe. Okay,
we can do that.
Is that okay? All you have to do is think of a name of a video game or something.
Yeah.
But I will go first.
Yes.
I need a characteristic genre name for how am I supposed to fit in at college when there aren't any other animal people, but I'm a possum boy, the Ballad of Joey Virginia.
Beautiful.
And don't say, oh, I got it when you got it, because I can see who enters their answer first. We should probably have a big hourglass or something that for a minute.
Yeah.
I can just see when there are 2 entries, and then I'll call it. And if one of you decides to take 5 minutes, we can implement a time limit later.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time. We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Also, I think we're all sleepy.
Yes.
I'm not, actually. I took a nap, so I'm very awake.
Nice.
Also, having to parry 1 billion times in a chromatic boss fight helped.
Nice.
Man, this is hard.
Well, now I know you're not the one that was already put.
Oh, ignore I said that. I didn't know there was one already put.
I told you not to do that. I specifically said not to comment on...
He did tell you.
He said not to be like, oh, I got one. And I didn't say, oh, I got one.
The reciprocal was obviously true as well.
I understand. I am saying why my stupid lizard brain didn't pay attention to that. Okay, so I'm just going to do the first bad one that popped in my head.
So the 2 entries, and I don't know who did what, is Marsupial College Simulator and Visual Novel of Beast Boy. I like both of these. I think I like the second one more, but I'm going to choose Marsupial College Simulator to punish Sam for messing this up.
I did.
So the winner is Marsupial College Simulator. Trish, you get 1 point.
Yay! Trish has 1 point. I'm sad I didn't. I realized immediately after doing it, just like I always do when I play Quiplash or one of those sort of games where it's like, dang it, I should have said marsupine, like like equine or lupine or whatever. I was like, dang it. Still,
It's okay. All right. So, Trish, do you have a game in mind that you think that you want to give to me and Bernard, or should I go next?
I'll go next. I'm gonna say Super Lesbian Animal RPG.
Interesting. I feel like the title is a characteristic genre name.
Exactly. It's hard mode. Impress me, bitches.
RPG of Beast Girls. There are now 2 entries in the sheets.
Aha! All right, and our options are RPG of breaking over one's own back. And I love you furry much, RPG. These are both good. I gotta go with RPG of breaking over one's own back.
Hell yeah.
Of course, I thought there's a good chance, but too good.
I should have made fun of Sam and entered the same exact.
Always make fun of Sam. That's the goal to making this a good podcast. Just bring me down several pegs every episode. All right.
Oh my God.
The game that I want the 2 of you to come up with a name for is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. So the 2 options that I've been given are French Crying Simulator and Jeux Vidéo de France, oui oui. I think I'm gonna go with the one in French. You get one for me. You're not gonna make me say it twice.
Perfect.
All right, that one was me.
Yay! Tied ball game, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
We
I love it.
did it. What a great start to the season. It's anybody's game.
Yeah.
But let's talk about a game that is not for everybody. It's just for weirdos like me and Trish. Right after this brief musical interlude.
Ignoring the game's attract mode, which is basically a contextless hint about all of that lies ahead of us on our adventure, we begin our story with a voice explaining some lore over the scroll of a landscape. This world of fantasy and adventure used to have a giant tree in it once, one that was the source of all mana. That was all well and good until a war led to the death of the tree and a hero sacrificed himself in order to try and take its place. Ever since, the people's grieving goddess has been nowhere to be seen, seemingly leaving the people behind for the heavens alone. Her servants, the angels, were given a command. They had to wake her if she began to sleep, because her slumber would destroy the world. The angels bore, exact words in the scroll, a chosen one, whose journey towards an enormous tower would start regenerating the world. You got that? Is it making any sense at all? If you're new here, probably not. Don't worry, you'll start clicking eventually. Enough about that huge end-of-the-world sort of scale plot. Let's cut over to Lloyd Irving, who has just fallen asleep while standing up in school. Lloyd is
and holding 2 buckets of water somehow.
Impressive.
I immediately have doubts.
Of doubts of what?
I don't even know, but just anything slightly off in a Tales game, I'm like I am jumping at shadows.
Lloyd is immediately chastised upon waking by the professor, Rain, who then calls on her younger brother Genus to answer the question Lloyd failed to even hear. Which leads to him spouting out some more lore that is related to our opening crawl. Evidently, the hero was someone named Mythos, and the goddess was Martel. According to what the class is teaching, his point in doing so has nothing to do with the big tree, but instead was about banishing the Designs from the world, as they were the enemies in the war. But as Lloyd immediately points out, the Designs came back, and Great Heroes thing didn't seem to work.
I was thinking it's weird how they're having a lesson over basic world building, but then I realized, I guess, like, when you learn about World War II in school, you're also learning about basic world building.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just what history lessons are.
Yeah, it's just exposition.
Yeah.
Rain explains that because the seal had weakened, whenever that happens, the Designs return. Luckily, they can strengthen the seal and send them all packing once more if the chosen one of this generation does her duty. And would you know it, the chosen one is here in this classroom. It is Lloyd's childhood friend, Colette, who is kind of a huge dork. There's some more lore that's hinted at here, but that's all a little less important than the fact that there is an enormous event outside the windows that is the sign that the Chosen has to go and do her thing. Because of that, Rain leaves to go to the nearby temple, where Colette is supposed to meet the Oracle to begin her quest, as well as telling everyone there that they need to stay where they are in the meantime. Lloyd, of course, is our JRPG protagonist and does not listen. And we get to hear a dwarven vow, I believe, for the first time in this scene. What are up with those? Don't worry, you'll find out in a bit. For now, just know he's going to pull these out. They're very cheesy, and they always make his best friend roll his eyes. Well, with Genis the Mage and Colette the long-range character support?
Yeah, she starts with Chakram right now.
Yeah. I just have a hard time kind of solidly giving her a place in the party.
Yeah, she's long ranged right now. She becomes a cleric as we get through her stuff.
But with him by his side, they leave the schoolhouse, and you can explore the village named Izelia. If you want, you don't really have to. All you have to do is approach the path to the right of the schoolhouse, which triggers some monsters to come in and you to get your battle system tutorial. I am not covering that. It's a Tales battle system, but in 3D. You can just tell the characters to do whatever they want and let the AI handle it. You can try to do everything yourself. You have your friends use controllers and all be doing it. Whatever. It sure is a battle system. I have no strong feelings about it one way or the other. Once you leave the village...
It thankfully is fast, which we haven't had yet.
Oh, that's nice. Once you leave the village, you get your first taste of traversing the overworld, where instead of an old-style, just random battles popping out of nowhere, you get these shadowy monster figures who will show up as you move, and they might run towards you or away from you, and if you touch them, there's a battle. Reminds me a lot of Zelda 2, honestly. When the gang reaches the temple, they find a light emitting from its top, and a dying priest stumbling down the steps, telling them all that the Designs have attacked. Now, that is not going to stop a Chosen One, so we head up to go to the temple, where Colette's grandma is facing off with the Designs leader. But when the protags accuse these bad guys of being the Designs, breaking their treaty where they said they were going to stick to their human ranches... Wait, what? Put a pin in that. We'll come back to the human ranches later. The evil guys all just laugh, and it's really obvious if you have two brain cells that despite what our protagonists think, these guys are not actually Designs. They're just happy to pretend they are because they've been mistaken as them, and then we fight them.
They do a really bad job of, like, letting their enemy believe false information. I mean, if your enemy comes at you thinking the wrong thing, surely... I have not read The Art of War, but I feel like Sun Tzu would be like, if your enemy is an idiot, don't educate them.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Although I don't think our heroes pick up on it anyway, so...
Oh, no, that's the thing is, this is the kind of, the kind of story I feel like this really sets up the kind of vibe we're going for with this game, is that the villains can say something that tells the audience that, but we know that the characters didn't learn anything by it because they're kind of idiots. Even the ones who are supposed to be smart. Anyway, yeah, you fight him. After the first wave of guys, a bigger guy comes out. But then, immediately after that fight starts, we get a cutscene of an ally coming in, a mercenary, who turns out later to be named Kratos. I'm not going to make any God of War jokes, because I don't know a lot about God of War. Taking out the tough guy means that Colette is free to now enter the temple, where she must then undergo a trial, which will of course mean killing monsters and stuff. It's a little dungeon. And
this is why I pronounce Kratos wrong. and I had cake all
because
over
it's
my
called
face.
Kratos
saying
or
I was,
something at the dub.
He's called
Yeah,
Kratos in this game, and so I kept saying
Yes.
Kratos in at Halloween time, and it was obvious that I was a poser.
I do believe they pronounce it Kratos in God of War, but yes, it's Kratos here.
Yeah, no, a lot of the this has real mid 2000s anime dub vibes, and I mean that with affection and derision at the same time.
I'm
now-
leaning more one way than the other.
Hey, Lloyd is voiced by the voice actor who played Robin in Teen Titans. That's got to count for something. Now, of course, Lloyd asked to join her, and so we do. This is just a small tutorial dungeon. There's a little golem mini-boss you have to kill over and over again in order to get blocks to come down, so you can do a block puzzle, where you get something called the Sorcerer Ring, which you're going to be using for puzzles throughout this entire game. And then finally, you get your way to the altar. There is a Crucius crystal. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's
Crucius.
Crucius, yeah, the Crucius crystal,
Yeah.
which is going to be implanted in Colette's hand. And and she also meets an angel here. Totally. His name is Remiel, the Angel of Judgment, and he talks about how she's got to do this. She's the chosen one. She's got this, that sort of stuff. But then right before he goes to leave, Colette asks if he's actually her real father. To which the angel deflects, but also deflects in a way that basically seems to admit that he is. Also, it's kind of dropped in here that Colette is the 7th chosen so far. So it feels like this cycle's not working out great if we're already 7 in deep. From here, Colette needs to unlock the seals before climbing that super tall tower, which has now appeared out somewhere else in the world. And the whole way, she's going to be guided by these angels. After that scene, Colette and Kratos leave with Rain. So it's just Genis and Lloyd for now. But what kind of adventure do we have ahead of us? We're going to be going to temples, unlocking seals, saving the world, all that classic fantasy stuff. I'm sure that's all that's there. There'll be nothing else. There's no twists or turns at all. Anyway, next week we're going to visit a human ranch.
That sounds like a bad place.
Yeah, when I was playing this a couple weeks ago, I was playing it with a couple people who knew nothing about this game, and when the words human ranch came up, immediately ears were perked up like, excuse me, what? That's a bad combo of words.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's listen to some music and then talk about our memorable moments.
So when I was playing this game, I was like, this Genis kid sounds like a frickin' Miles Tails per hour. I didn't think he sounds exactly like the current voice of Miles Tails per hour, but I thought his voice sounds like a Tails voice. And so later when I was looking up the voice actors, it turns out he is voiced by Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
Yep. It is literal Tails voice. Because he's in a
Also,
Tails game.
oh. Also, his weapon is a kendama, which
Yeah.
is a cup and ball game.
Yeah.
And he uses it to cast
It's
spells.
arcane focus.
I feel like if I were trying to do a cup and ball game, that would make it harder for me to cast spells.
He's just really
Think
good
about
at
how
it.
good. Yeah, think about how good at cup and ball games you would get.
I guess. I mean, I can't do cup and ball games, and I can't cast spells. Maybe if I learned to do a cup and ball game, I could cast a spell.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
So I want to say right up that going back to this game after like 3 or 4 years since I finished it for the first time, I really like the art style and the style of animation. I'm playing this on GameCube. I don't know which version you were both playing. Apparently the game was recently like remade on the PS5 or something. But I like the old like cell shaded sort of style. I don't know if that's actually cell shading, but like it looks really, it looks very bright and colorful and yet also vibrant and neat. I don't know. It feels distinctive and yet also very GameCube-y, like that kind of era. And I think it gives the game a very unique look to it. And I like the character designs. Lloyd, I think, is probably one of the biggest reasons this is the most famous game in the series, partially because dude has a cool look. It's very striking. It's very memorable.
He doesn't look
It's a
like
little
fucking
silly,
Stan
but-
Stan Oleron or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Sure.
God, he looks so stupid. He's the
extra
protagonist of
stupid.
Tales of Destiny. Man, so yeah, maybe we should talk about our histories with Tales of Symphonia. I technically have played it because I was a GameCube child, and so you had to. I remember
Mhm.
very, very little. There are a couple of things I can remember, but they would be spoilers if I said them. But I basically haven't played this game before.
Yeah.
And
So
I don't want to play it again because I hate Tales so much at this point. But I'm hoping it'll turn out to be better than the first three, which technically we should be playing the fourth Tales game, which is Tales of Destiny 2, but as of this recording, the fan translation is not complete, so we are playing this.
yeah,
really
the
says something
sorta
about
in the intro
series.
is usually the sorta in the intro of how we're sort of playing them in release order usually means we play the remakes because they're better. The original Destiny is real bad, and I don't want to ever play it. But I barely wanted to play DC. But now it's sort of because now we're not in order because we had to skip one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've said a few times on the podcast. Oh, go ahead, Bernard.
I do like Lloyd's design a lot. I'm scared to say I like anything about this game because like Tales of Fantasia at the beginning I was like, "Oh, I like this, and then it turned out to be one of the worst RPGs I've ever played. And
Ugh.
I don't remember exactly, but I feel like at the beginnings of Tales of Destiny and Tales of Eternia, I was also like, "Hey, this has some cool stuff going on."
So you're really
And-
scared
yeah.
to be cautiously optimistic. Maybe if you're pessimistic to start with, the opposite will happen, and it'll blow your mind later.
Maybe, I don't know.
It doesn't help that on all three of the Escape Pod seasons, it also had started out really good, and then Bernard didn't like it as we went farther along.
Yeah.
I'll also say,
this-
besides, really quick, besides Lloyd's, I also like Colette's design. I think Colette's design looks really good.
Yeah, I like her design too.
Yeah,
Venus
so
is also
far,
there.
so far we haven't met any of my favorite characters from this game, and the characters are already on par with all of the favorites from all of the previous Tales games that we've played. I like.
We
all of them
haven't
a lot.
met the character from the attract mode who's a big buff dude in a slutty tube top.
No, we have not.
I have a feeling
we
I'll
haven't.
like him. It's not a tube top, it's just like a really short crop top.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
yeah.
looking at a picture of the cast now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that guy. He's a guy. I think we've met my favorite. One of my tied for favorite characters this game, which is Rain. We haven't got to see her very
Mhm.
much, but I'm not immune to gorgeous, smart women.
I mean, the very next scene after where we started is going to be a real weird scene with Rain. So that'll
Oh,
be
yeah,
a
no.
fun way to start next episode.
But yeah, so you brought up the idea of us all talking about our experience with Symphonia previously. Mine is I didn't play it. Despite being a GameCube kid, I was kind of late into the GameCube. I always got consoles several years after they came out. And it took me basically until I was almost an adult before I got a copy of Symphonia, at which point it was really expensive. But I did, and then I got halfway through the game and I lost the disc. Not the disc. I lost the I was several hours into a dungeon, and there was a power outage, and so I lost all of my progress I'd made in what is the worst dungeon in this game, the hardest dungeon in this game. And so I was like, I'm not going to come back to this for a while. And then a while turned out to be 10 plus years. And then in like 2021-ish, I think, I decided to just emulate the game, and I did, and I beat it. And now I'm playing it again.
nice.
What about you,
So,
Sam?
I was also a GameCube kid, but I was also a PS2 kid. So I fell on the side of, for some reason, in the burgeoning internet fandom space that was happening around this time, you had to be either Team Fate from Star Ocean 3 or Team Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia. You weren't allowed to like both games, and I did like both games, but I landed on the Star Ocean side, as is well documented by how much I have loved the last two games that we played, and Bernard did not. But I had it on GameCube, and I remember playing it. I do not remember the disc change. I do not remember anything that far, so I don't know how far I got on it back in the day. But then in college, I was dating my ex-boyfriend Terry, and his roommate Kara and I were really good friends, and she on a whim started the game up on GameCube, and I played a couple hours there, and I was like, man, this is like even better than I was remembering it. I just need to go and play it. And then about a month later, the entire series that was available on PS3 was on sale for like $25. So I got Zillia 1, Zillia 2, Symphonia 1, Symphonia 2, and Tales of Grace's F all for $25. It was awesome. And I was like, well, now I'm going to finally get around to playing all of Tales of Symphonia. And I played through it all, and it was awesome. And then about a month or so later is when I met Summer, and we played through Grace's F together. And then 2, 3, 4 years after that, whatever that was, we played it on the podcast, and I was like, oh, well, I just played it, but now I can play it and show Summer. And so I played it again for the podcast, played it multiplayer with Summer. And yeah, I've played this game a lot of times now, and I'm going to be using the grade shop to not just have to do it the normal way, because I've played it so many times now.
I feel real bad because I'm playing this game and it's like, Colette, unlock the title Klutz. Press X button to cook at the end of a battle. Here's an apple gel. And I'm like, I fucking hate Tails so much.
This is so funny because it's the only Tales game I've played, and so I'm like, oh, the cooking thing's kind of cute. I like the cooking thing fine. Apple gels, that's this game's version of like healing.
I just have such bad experiences with this series, and so I'm seeing
You've been traumatized, and now the sight of an apple gel fills you with dread.
Yes.
Yeah, but importantly, it's press X at the end of a battle to cook, instead of cooking happens automatically at the end of every battle if you want it to or not. And therefore, because you can only hold 20 items, you only can do 20 battles before you run out of fucking cooking. It's stupid. So being able to do it when you want to now.
Much worse.
Being able to do it when you want to now, like if you finish a fight and you don't take any damage, you don't make a fucking sandwich. You don't need to. You wait and you do it later. So it's better now than in the last games. But
I do think the graphical style is neat. I am playing the GameCube version because that version looks the best. The other versions, like the colors or the outlines, are a little weird, and it's at 30 frames per second, and they have extra content, but I'm not going to engage with any extra content in a Tales game.
Yeah, the only extra content that would have been experienced by you, because it's on the critical path, is there are like 3 new anime scenes that are really cool, but I can tell you when they happen, and you can watch them on YouTube, and boom, you got the remaster. You did it.
Hell yeah. I do know that I actually beat the game back in the day because I remember the last line for some reason. I remember it because I was sort of like, that's weird when it happened.
Yeah, I like this game a lot. I like all of the characters. I like how clumsily they do all of the, like, they not only do they do a lot of exposition to get you caught up, they speed run that exposition. Usually it's like, oh, you have like the first hour of the game where they explain everything to you, but no, we got a opening crawl, we got a history lesson, we got, is that an X sphere, and we got on their human ranches. We got it all. Like, the long play I was watching did optional content from this week, and the long play finished at 56 minutes. So in 56 minutes, we got all of the background that we need for the entire thing, and it is very funny.
Oh yeah, the X sphere, the fucking orb in my hand that makes me good at fighting. For some reason, that struck me as just an extremely Tales thing. Like what are the swords called in Tales of Destiny?
Swordians.
It struck me as a
What?
Swordian adjacent thing. The Swordians rule, actually, Trish, is
Yeah.
the thing. The Swordians...
Okay, no, pause a second. Pause. You've been talking so much shit about the most innocuous things in Tales games, and now you throw in people who use swords are called Swordians in one game, and you're like, oh no, that rocks. That
They
works.
talk, though. They talk,
No, it's not.
and...
It's not that the people who use swords are called Swordians. The swords are called Swordians, and they're all ancient robots.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I'll give you
They
credit.
have the consciousnesses of ancient warriors put in them so that they can be swords now. And the main guy is named Stan, and he has his Swordian, and his Swordian sort of fucking hates him, and so do I. So, and it's great.
Yeah, the Swordians are probably at first when I first started playing the PS1 version and then promptly stopped because that sucks. I was like, the talking swords are stupid. How is this game going to have talking swords in it? And then that I think was my favorite part of that game. I wish we would have done more of that and less following a guy carrying a rock in a boat.
I love hearing about this with truly no context. It's great.
It's
okay. I want to say, first of all, I kind of skipped over X-Spheres this episode. We'll talk about X-Spheres at least a little more next time, because next time is when the game actually starts going a little bit more into what the fuck an X-Sphere is. At this point, just someone brought up that Lloyd's a good fighter because he has an X-Sphere.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say, you brought up the how much gets across in the such a short amount of time here, and I would also say not only does a lot get across in a short amount of time, but the two different bits of exposition we get, the opening crawl and what we get in the history class, they're not fully contradicting, but they're different in ways that immediately make you wonder, like, well, how much of any of the, like, what am I supposed to be believing here? Like, how much of this is unreliable narration? How much of this is people don't actually know the real truth? It already gets you kind of in that mindset a little bit, I think, which is really useful.
Who was the voice actor doing the opening narration? I recognize that voice.
I don't know.
I mean, I think it's Remio. But
yeah, I think it was I think it's Remio's voice actor.
Huh. Interesting. Speaking of recognizing voice actors, Kratos is voiced by fucking Cam Clark, aka Liquid Snake.
What? Okay, I was like, who's Cam Clark? And then you say that, I'm like, never mind, that's awesome as hell.
And like, he's doing a different voice, but occasionally there'll just be a little inflection where I'm like, oh my god, that's Liquid Snake.
So
or more accurately, that's Liquid Snake pretending to be Master Miller.
Remiel is voiced by Wally Wingert. I'm trying to see things I might recognize him from besides this, and I'm not getting a lot.
Oh, he plays Cubby, the Lost Boy in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. That's where you know him from.
I really,
Sure.
I think the opening, I don't remember the opening sound. Let me listen to it again. I have the...
oh, he's Cubot! He's Cubot in Sonic. I like Cubot.
I hate Cubot and Orbot so much, but I hate a lot of things.
Wait! What? That's such an inconsequential thing to hate.
I hate them.
Okay, you're allowed to hate them.
I don't think it's Remiel's voice actor doing the opening. It might. I don't know. I don't know. I hear this voice and I'm like, this sounds familiar. But anyway, this is a dead end.
It is. Yes. It is true. Is there anything else we can think to say about this first chunk of the game, or?
I am going to try and open my heart to Tales of Symphonia. I'm going to try and let it resonate with me.
I can't wait. Please do. Wait for when the best girl shows up. The best girl in like 5 episodes.
Yeah, the characters rule. The skits are way better. Even so far. The characters, I already said, rule. I think it will win you over.
Are better even so far. And don't
even
get me started
so far
on the characters.
As to be decided, whatever. But yeah, I think it will resonate with you. I think you will like it. And if not, I will like it a lot and try and change your mind in the last episode, as I have 3 times now.
I look forward to the whole path getting there.
But that will do it for the week. Thanks to all of you for supporting us here on www.rpgbook.club. We couldn't do this without you. Shout out to our gadabouts who donate $1 or more a month to come and see us on this feed. Shout outs to our warriors who pay $5 or more a month to get me to read their names a little like this. Shout outs to Dragonslayer19, Freddie Rodriguez, AARon524, and JFro Prime. And finally, shout out to our luminaries who pay $20 or more a month to make me read out sentences a little like this. Shout outs to El Tantavi, who wants you to check out Aftermath.site, a worker-owned, reader-supported news site covering video games, the internet, and the cultures that surround them. Shout outs to Kale Dranas, who says to check out Podcasters Assemble. It is a documentary-style, crowdsourced movie hype and rewatch podcast. Every season, podcasters from around the world are assembled to review, reminisce, and riff on a popular franchise. And shoutouts to Vimk, who says, Crux might have been very nearly dead, but he was built like Gristle with what seemed like 30 knuckles to each fist. And then shoutouts to It's Claire Time, who says, free TTRPG nerds, check out Fabula Ultima. I'm not affiliated with the game, I just think it's neat. For Tales of Podcastia, I've been Sam.
I'm Bernard.
And I'm Trish.
Gotta know when to go. We made it to this game.
That's the one we do for this.
Dwarven Vow number 1. I don't remember Dwarven Vow. I should write some of these down to use in the outros.
Dwarven Vow number 1 is very important, actually. It's work together to make a better world.
You're right. Work together to make a better world. I actually believe in that one.
Work together to make a better podcast.
No. I refuse.